Now is Christian Kangro, who is the founder and CEO of Change Bank.
Change in 5 years, it will be one of the leading banks in the world if the crypto grows.
CEO Christian Kangro.
Hello. Hi everybody, I'm Christian, CEO of Change. This is Q2 investor update in the form of an AMA session. So that's why there's quite a lot of other people here around the table as well. The purpose of this is to give you an overview of the business outlook and answer all the questions what you might have. We might be making forward-looking statements what might or might not come true, and some information is definitely too sensitive to publish, but we try to do our best to basically give you an accurate picture. Before going to the questions, I would like to walk you through basically our quarter's results, and then start taking your questions one by one by whoever is best fit to answer them. To community members new, basically Change is a leading investment app in Europe, definitely one of the fastest growing one. Last quarter, for example, we grew 10% every week, and we are live in all of the European Union countries as well. Our offering is really simple. We provide basic commission-free investments into cryptocurrencies, soon into stocks as well, in a really easy interface, and we give you also a Visa card where you can liquidate your investments. Imagine investing in Bitcoin €1 in the morning, commission-free, liquidating this in the evening. So this is how close we want to bring the investment to average people. In the future, we also want to bring more investment vehicles to you. For example, we want to tokenize startup equity, SME equity, real estate, gold, art, many other assets. So this is what we call Change Originals. Why we're doing this? We think crypto has this amazing potential to bring people closer together. We want to enable everybody to take part in world success, and we believe this investment app will allow us to do that. Let's talk about the numbers as well. I think I can talk for everyone here that we're really proud of the numbers, what we accomplished this quarter. In 2018, we had around 10,000 installs. As of July, we had 50,000 installs. Also, our customers grew over 1,000%. So if we can keep this going on, then I think we're in a really good place. In terms of revenue, this is something that we're going to start focusing on in the next quarter. So we made this year already 80,000 euros, and I think this is increasing quite significantly in the future. Funding remaining, 12.1 million euros, whereas basically at the end of last year it was 11 million euros. So we basically have gained assets in around 1.1 million euros, and that's because of the crypto portfolio what has gone up. So 20% of our assets is still there. And our runway is quite significant still as well, so we have 21 quarters to go. So obviously this is because we've been quite diligent in how we spend the money, so every dollar would actually bring value. We have 22 people in our team, also a little Ukrainian cell who's doing like some IT development, and this we anticipate basically growing in the next years to come. So yeah, all in all, I think we're really well capitalized. Our traction is really good. So yeah, we're glad to share this with our community. Without further ado, I will let everybody introduce themselves, and then let's go to the questions.
Well, I'm Alec. I'm a leader of tech here. So my responsibility is to make sure we build secure, safe software, and to make sure that our customer funds are always protected.
Hey everyone, my name is Alice. I am responsible for everything people and recruitment related here at Change. So overall my job is to make sure that Change is going to have the best tech team ever seen out there.
Hi everyone, my name is Gustav. I am a product owner here at Change. My job is to figure out how to bring more value to our customers. I prioritize features and listen to the users.
Hello, my name is Kaisa and I'm in charge of customer operations, and my job here is to make sure that we provide the best service to our customers and also improve and scale up our customer operations as well.
Hey guys, my name is Mark. I'm responsible of the risk function. So this means that I'm responsible of all the regulatory affairs, legal risk and compliance risk.
Thank you everybody. So you community asked us quite a lot of questions, so we couldn't possibly answer all of them, but we've chosen like the most relevant ones, and I guess we can go and start answering them. So the first question, What are some of the key hires for 2019 and 2020? So I think the best person is Alice to answer this.
So I'd say right now the most crucial roles are everything growth related. So probably the key role we'll be looking for this year is going to be a very high level head of marketing. So somebody who has already grown a fintech company from 1 to 100 and done it several times. So this is going to be a very interesting challenge for the team to find the experienced head of marketing for us. Overall, our goal is to keep the team very small and very effective. So in the next years, we're only going to be adding 15 more people. So there's limited opportunities, people.
Thanks, Alice. Next question. What are your plans this year and main achievements? What you want to basically achieve, I guess. Definitely, like our main goal this year is to build an investment app that is on the level of world's leading investment apps like Robinhood and Coinbase. I think we're doing really strong steps to get there with this basically launching the graphs and basically how the user experience look. But I think we still have a way to go. So that's the main the main priority. Also scaling up the traction and revenue. I think that's also really important this year. And obviously issuing our equity-like token. So we definitely want to provide more value to the community, and I think this token is something what we want to kind of get out there. Next question. How many cards have you issued already? Maybe this question to Gustav.
I guess, yeah. So we started to ship cards a few months ago. We've currently shipped well over 1,000 cards. We are conducting end-to-end tests on everything that has to do with the card. The tests are going well, so we are expecting to scale up card orders already during this quarter. Yeah, I guess that answers the question.
Next question. What is your plan to increase the card transaction list loading speed? Maybe this one for Alec.
Yeah, our main focus at the moment is mostly quality. So we've had a lot of feedback and we're actively working on improving performance. But the most important for us was reliability. And now that solved, the next step would be to move to usability and kind of performance. We're looking at rolling out the improved transaction list or better speeds and optimize it during the next couple of weeks. So yeah, keep eye out on the transaction list. You'll see big improvements in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Thank you. Next question. Do you reveal also your 2019 financials? When will you start publishing projections? So we have definitely been quite transparent with our finances. So in 2019, beginning of the year, we basically published audited financials. So we're going to publish again 2019 audited financials in the beginning of next year. In terms of projections, I think we're going to start publishing this when we feel comfortable about the numbers. So right now, I think there's too much volatility in numbers due to the business model what we're still figuring out, and also the user behavior has been changing quite a bit. So yeah, I think it will take some time, but definitely in the future we will be publishing projections as well. Next question. Startups should not have opening hours like a bank. When we can support? Kaisa.
So yeah, currently we have announced that we have operating hours from Monday to Friday, and it has been so just because of the loads and need. However, we already have weekends covered, and we always have someone who will take care of urgent cases and minor processes over the weekend as well. And I think like all our active users have for sure noticed this. However, we are planning to hire 2 more customer support agents by end of this quarter. So more likely next quarter we will have a official weekend support and also start offering the live chat.
Next question. Why did you remove the white paper from all sources? So in order to answer this question, I think if you go to getchange.com/investor, then you can see all the investor update videos. So Q1 video was especially lengthy one, and we think basically a video is a better medium to deliver you the information. So I think we're going to publish a new white paper at some point in the future, it is possible that we're doing this, but right now I think the community has been pretty satisfied with the videos, so we're going to keep doing that. Next question. What is the average daily volume of your platform? Gustav.
Average daily volume. So while we do know the average daily volume, it's not really like a relevant metric. I can explain why. So we have noticed that there is a big correlation between Bitcoin price change and the respective volume. So, for example, if Bitcoin goes up $1,000 one day, there's a big volume spike as well. So it's not really like relevant to look at the daily like average daily volume. What we do is the monthly trading volume, because this takes into account the ups and downs of the price. For the past few months, the trading volume has been well over €1 million per month. I hope this answers the question.
Thanks. Next question. What is the process for a token swap? Maybe Mark, this is for you.
Yeah, of course. So I would say on the general level, the token swap process consists of 4 different phases. So the first one is onboarding the users. So the customers from European Union who are already in our system, so who are already onboarded, can do the token swap by default. And for the rest of the world, we will open the onboarding flow from the 1st of September. So all of the rest of the guys who currently cannot do the verification can start it from the 1st of September. So the second phase is sending in CAG and casting your vote. So the third one is delivering the new CNG token, the equity-like token, to the users who voted yes. And of course, for the ones who voted no, we will unfreeze the CAG position in the app, so you can withdraw it to your Ether wallet. And the last, or the fourth phase, is to enable CNG trading in our app. And for more details, and of course the important dates, please check our blog and our support center, and probably the link will appear under the video description here as well.
Thank you, Mark. Next question. Results of the opinion questionnaire. Indeed, we conducted an opinion questionnaire, and thanks for everybody who answered. There were quite some replies, and I think the suggestions were really on point as well. To give you some background, then what was quite surprising for us, the satisfaction with the product direction was 86%, and the satisfaction with T performance was 80%. So thanks a lot for these props and thumbs up. Also, there's quite some kind of a suggestion what we're gonna implement as well. So you can still fill it in at getchange.com/opinion. So this is definitely something that we're reading and publishing the results as well. So thank you. Next question. Do you even care about the token price? So yeah, I could say that we definitely care about the token price. We really appreciate you investing in us, and this is the exact reason why we're gonna have this swap and basically give you basically more legal certainty with CNG token. We think like focusing on the product earlier has been quite beneficial, because the token price at the end of the day will reflect this. And I mean, now if you see our app already, like I think it was wise to actually focus on building a great product, not basically just pumping our token. But in the future, I'm quite certain that we can see like basically price reflecting what we built as well. Next question. Are you going to add any new tokens or coins to the exchange? If yes, then which ones? Gustav.
So the question is about new tokens and coins, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a lot of people asking the product team when is a feature added to the app. So perhaps I'll just quickly explain how we decide which features we decide to build. we essentially have a backlog of features. There's like 100 things there, which are all things we believe will have a big impact and bring value to our users. So we need to decide which features we pick up first and which we pick up afterwards. It's never easy here. Even inside this company, we have people who value different things. So we need to have like a very clear understanding how we choose what we do. We have two main like criteria for that. One is impact. So we look at a certain feature, try to assess how much of an impact will this feature have on bringing value to our users. And number two, how much effort does it take to deliver that impact? And the matrix is impact and effort. And according to that matrix, we prioritize the backlog. Now, for new tokens, I can right now say that these features are not on top of the list. The main reasoning is that we see that the vast majority of assets in our app held by our users are Bitcoin and Ether. So if we see that there is more interest toward other currencies and tokens, this adding new tokens will definitely be higher up the list. So all users watching, if you want to have more tokens, you can either tell us or you can buy some other coins that we have in the app as well. So yeah, I hope this answers it.
Thank you, Gustav. I think the next one is for you as well. So one user suggests that our app should kind of like could use some more polish, and also the user is referring that we're still not close to Revolut. So how do you respond to that?
Yeah, I've actually
what is our plan to get there as well?
I've actually had a few chats with a few users on this topic. So usually our users, they compare our app against Coinbase, Revolut, and Robinhood. Like these are the main apps that our users know and can compare against. One thing I always say is that these apps have already been on the market for, let's say, 5 years at least. And if you look at the very early versions of the Revolut app, for example, then it definitely wasn't as polished as it is now. But this is definitely not an excuse for us. Our app has been on the market for more than a year now. I would argue that during the past few months, we've made big steps forward in how our app looks and behaves. I think our users agree as well. When we reached out to them for feedback, then the main feedback was that they can't basically recognize the app today. It's been changing so much. So I think that if we want to be the world's best investment app, then we do two things. We look at the current world best. We try to learn from them what they do well, and we listen to our users. So if we continue on this path, shipping new features, listening to our users, paying attention to the world's best, I believe we can get there rather sooner than later. Yeah.
Thanks, Gustav. Next question. It's a long one, but basically what community members asking is, if I invest with Change app and I make a profit, then do I need to pay income tax if they spend it basically with the Visa card? So Gustav,
I'll take this one.
I can't take this one.
Yeah, you are on the user side. You're the one asking the question, probably. So I would say that it is highly dependent on your local tax regime. But in essence, crypto assets are treated the same way as all the other assets you can invest in, including the stocks. So the difference is that here in Change we have put a lot of effort to innovate the way you can liquidate these investments. So we have achieved like seamless spending with our Visa card, but this fact really doesn't affect the tax treatment side of it. So you should still declare all your profits, regardless of the way how do you like lock these profits or liquidate these gains. So either you exchange your crypto position and also the gains and the profit, by exchanging your position into fiat, or you spend this, it's the same from the tax perspective at least.
Thank you, Marek. Next question. Will you start giving more information about the state of affairs? Well, I think we're quite satisfied with basically how we're giving information out right now. So we're doing these quarterly updates, and also we are quite active on Telegram as well. But obviously, we're really open for the community if they have some more suggestions how we can even, communicate better with them. So yeah, currently no plan to change, but any suggestions welcome. Next question: why changed its name to Change Invest? Well, I think the main reason was SEO, and also because some people wanted to really find our app in App Store, and then if they put Change in, then we're not the first one there. So yeah, mainly SEO reasons, and also we're gonna change the domain to changeinvest.com really soon as well. So we have that. Next question. What kind of skills or characteristics should I possess to be a good fit to work at Change? Alice.
So as a highly ambitious team, there's actually quite a lot of things we're looking and expecting from our current and new team members. We're looking for people smarter than us who can bring something new to the table. People who are really interested in constantly learning and developing to be the best in their own field, empathy towards our users, humbleness, and much more. But I think in the end of the day, if we really want to change the world of finance, like each one of Change team members has to really want it themselves. So I would say that in the end of the day, what is going to make a difference and what's the most important characteristic we're looking today is this internal drive and belief and passion towards the crypto and fintech industry. Great.
Next question. When will fully change graph? Maybe this is for Alec.
Yeah, so this is
I like this section.
yeah, that's only good news on this. This has been by far one of the most requested features so far, and it took a while for us to get there, but I'm happy to actually announce that the work is done. So this will be rolling out to our customers in the next 2 weeks. So keep tuned. One day you'll have it, or maybe not. But we're expecting a full rollout in about 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, so it's a surprise.
It's a surprise. So it'll be like a lucky packet if you get it or not. But maybe you will be one of the lucky testers to get the portfolio graph first.
Great, thanks a lot, Alec. Next question. When more coins? Gustav, please. This is for you.
I think I answered the...
Okay, maybe there's a duplicate question. Then
I think it was the same, right?
Yeah. So then next question is when credit card top up?
So in a way, it's a similar question asking about the new feature. I already explained the prioritization, so I would skip that part. But what I can say about credit card top up is that we see it as one of the biggest drivers for adoption going forward. We get a lot of feedback from our users saying, "Hey, I want my Bitcoin like instantly, fast." So we have taken in this feedback, and we are planning to introduce credit card top up within this year. Perhaps something to add here. So we're looking at two things. We're looking at like buying Bitcoin directly with a credit card, and then topping up your account with a card. So these are slightly different things, but hopefully both of these will be available sooner rather than later. So.
Thank you, Gustav. Next question. Why do you have more funding than in 2018? And why has the runway gone down? So basically, why has the runway gone down although we have more money is because the burn has increased, and it has increased mostly because of the product cost, the marketing cost. So yeah, that's basically the reason for this, nothing more to add. Next question. Why no automatic crypto spending with the card? Gustav, maybe this is for you.
Yeah, so when we launched the card program, then Visa did not allow for direct spending of cryptocurrencies. We were able to offer our customers the opportunity to instantly convert from cryptocurrency to euro inside the same app and spend. This situation has, however, changed. We learned recently that it will be possible to also spend directly from the card. Now it's also a question of prioritization. Some users say that they would like to have this extra step in between before they spend. Other users say that they want to spend directly. So I would say that depending on demand and user interest, we will implement it either early next year or perhaps even this year. But I can't promise anything. It's always the thing with the product that we have users asking for like a lot of features, but our prioritization changes quite often. We have sprints every 2 weeks, and every 2 weeks we look at the backlog again. So hence I cannot promise a date for this, but it is possible. So that's really encouraging and exciting for us.
Thank you, Gustav. Next question. When automated withdrawals? Maybe Kaisa, you're the best person to answer this one.
So yeah, at first I can say I can explain why we haven't automated withdrawals yet. So basically, so far our main focus has been to improve and provide seamless and really fast onboarding process, and also to make sure that all our processes are fully compliant. And I think now we are in a good position to start automating processes as well. And I wouldn't promise like anything certain yet, but more likely we will pick up the crypto withdrawals and automating Bitcoin withdrawals at first next quarter. And we will start with Bitcoin withdrawals because it is 80% of all the withdrawal requests so far.
Thank you, Kaisa. Next question. So there's somebody from Australia who said that basically he cannot verify in the app, but he would like to take part of the swap.
Yes. So as you already know, we are currently onboarding only customers from the European Union. This is due to the fact that we want to keep our risk level as low as possible to differentiate from the maybe more like riskier service providers. But the token swap is like a different thing. So we will start onboarding people outside from the European Union from the 1st of September. But customers who are from EU, who are already in our system, can do it straight away.
Thank you, Marek. Next question. How did you manage to get all of this growth in 2019? So I guess I can talk for everyone that we're quite happy with this growth, and I think it all starts here with the team, all of the 22 people in our office, and because of this team, we built, I think, a really good product so far already. I think the key has been to build a good product, what people want to refer to their friends, where a lot of our growth is coming from. So yeah, and also obviously like being the second crypto card in the market in Europe helped quite a bit as well. So yeah, hopefully this will continue. Next question. When Ether and Litecoin deposit? Gustav.
When Ether and Litecoin deposit? So that's also a feature request question. Looking at user demand currently, the demand for Litecoin deposits is definitely lower. For Ether, it's higher, and we have already implemented Ether deposits for testing. So hopefully in the coming weeks we can introduce Ether deposits. This actually has to do with token swap because in order to send in the KAG tokens, we had to implement a solution, and this makes it very easy for us to also start accepting Ether.
Okay, next question. Will you offer a metal card? Will you support Google Pay? So 2 questions in one. I think Gustav, this is for you.
Okay, I will take them one by one.
Yes.
The card one first. So perhaps a quick update on the card design. So as I already mentioned, we have been shipping cards and collecting feedback from our users. We're currently looking at using a new material for our card. It currently looks like it will take us roughly around 3 months to get the new card design out. So this is something we want to do in Q4. At the same time, we're looking at other card designs as well, like other materials, and we are looking to introduce different tiers of cards at some point. Whether it's going to be metal or it's going to be some other special material, I cannot yet promise. But different designs are definitely coming. So.
Thank you. Another question about Google Pay.
Yeah, so this is also one of the most requested features from our card users so far. Who wouldn't want to pay with a phone? Like who would carry a card, right? So here we are working together with our partners to introduce this. Although I cannot promise a deadline because this process is not under our sole control. We work with multiple parties here, and we do our best to introduce it as quickly as possible, but I cannot promise any certain date. But rest assured that we know how big impact this is, and it actually doesn't require much development from our side. So it's more like organizational work and commercials and so on.
Thank you, Gustav. Next question. When can people buy and sell CAG directly from the app? Alec.
Yeah, as Marek already mentioned, phase 4 of token swap would be to make these to make CAG and CNG tradable. The deadline, I think, is still a little bit debatable. But as far as the current arrangement is to kind of try and get it done by beginning of 2020 Q1, and yeah, so I wouldn't keep us to the deadline. But as far as the plans, that looks like it will be introduced at January 1st, I think.
Yeah, at least for CNG.
At least for CNG. Yeah.
So basically, then in the beginning of next year, everybody would be able to trade the Equity token. So yeah, that's going to be a big milestone for us. Gustav, next question is for you as well. Will you provide personal IBANs?
First of all, I'm really happy there's so many product-related questions.
Of course.
That's great. So providing IBANs is also something quite high up in our list, but we currently tie this adding IBANs to this bigger epic of adding money into our app. So like there are like a number of features we can build to make it easier for people to send in money to the app. When we asked about why people want IBANs, the main reason is that they would like to transfer their every month salary into our app, to invest some of it and then to save some of it and spend. But currently we see that credit card top-up is a bigger impact, lesser effort task we can take. So we take that one first and potentially look at IBANs early next year. But currently, from like choosing between different features that make it easier to top up your account in Change, the credit card is higher. I hope that explains.
Yes. So the last basic submitted question is about the CNG token. So basically, how did you come up with the token? Have you talked with other community members? So yes, we talked with quite some community members. I think it was over 10 of the most active community members who we actually discussed what this token is going to be all about. So it was done in conjunction. Also, the actual outcome is really to create some inherent value in the token. So we believe that giving like equity-like characteristics to this actually help us basically share upside with them. Whereas CAG token doesn't have legal certainty, then CNG token does. And yeah, basically our goal with the token is to basically build the first community-funded unicorn in the world. So let's see whether this will happen. And I think like in terms of like our recommendation, we definitely recommend you to do the conversion, because you know why most of the tokens are like 80% down is because they don't have any inherent value. I think giving equal-like characteristics is the most inherent value we can actually give to the community. So we're quite excited to see like how everybody values our token and when it starts trading on 1st of January. And yeah, thank you so much for basically helping us build this company. That was the last question as well. So if you have any other questions, just write to us. You can also give us feedback on getchange.com/opinion and all the investor material at getchange.com/investor. I think yeah, we can wrap it up for today. Thank you everybody for joining, and thank you for the community for all the suggestions and feedback. Thank you.
Thank you guys.